So, so first of all, you touched on some really interesting things because you say things like fulfillment, right? So like, and that's such a, and maybe it's just me, maybe a generational thing, right? So for me, fulfillment, sure, I cry every Sunday night before I come to work at Bright Move, every Sunday night, but I still show up on time
You
on
got to
Monday.
quit live streaming it on Facebook.
Oh,
man.
sorry.
It's so embarrassing.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Sorry. So yeah, I go fetal every Sunday night. I cry before I come in here on Monday, but my check clears on Friday and I feel fulfilled. Now, granted, I'm 47. So when you talk about fulfillment, what are we talking about there? Are you talking about just the excitement to go to work? Are you talking about like just, I feel like I'm contributing to an organization? Like in your experience, what do these crazy millennials want for fulfillment?
Yeah, the crazy millennials.
Yes.
So yes, definitely, absolutely a generational feeling. And hence why I had stayed in my job where I was for so long. My dad would always say to me, "You're making good money. Like, just be happy on your weekends and make the money during the week." Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that for millennials in particular, what they find is that there's a sense of recognition, right? I want to be at a place that recognizes me, that, if I'm going to, work really hard, that they notice that and that I'm rewarded for that in return, right? And there are some companies that are really good at it, but there are some people that just feel like the work is really thankless. And again, that might be a generational thing, but that's a value that's much more important to millennials and other generations, absolutely. Another one that I hear all the time is growth trajectory. So I want to be at a place where I feel like I can grow, where I feel like, there's a misconception that millennials just want to jump from job to job to job. Now, that does end up happening a lot, but that's because a lot of the time they feel like they don't know where to go, where they are, and that management doesn't kind of set them up and or help them with a path of saying, okay, you can go from here and then you can grow into this position. And people want to be at a place where they feel like they can see a path to internal growth. And when they don't, it feels really stagnant. And you kind of just think like, well, what am I doing if I don't even really know where I can be here in 5 years? And I don't know if that's a product of, certain companies these days or what it is, but that's a huge one that I hear all the time. I want to find a place where I can grow internally, where I can, not just be there for 2 years, but be there for a longer period of time. So I think those are big things. And then I think you said it too, making an impact is really big. I want to be at a place where I ultimately feel, it doesn't have to be like a nonprofit where it's very, very clear what the impact is, but that I believe enough in the mission that I know that the work I'm doing is helping them do something that I believe in. So I think that those are all really big in the sense of fulfillment for the millennial generation.
That's really well said.
Yeah.
Really well said. It's almost like she's had this discussion before.
I think so.